I'm Andrew, and I'm setting out to make better videos for diesel enthusiasts. Follow along as I review products, do how-tos, and share my personal trucks here on Just Diesels.
Well, things are looking a little different on the truck now. We've gone through, I've done a sport conversion on it, color matched the whole front end, front to back, everything, mirrors, door handles, all that stuff, all the way around the truck. Done 35s, borrowed the wheels from the OBS. So there's been a lot of changes. So I feel like I need to catch you guys up to speed, tell you how I did it. So in this video, we're gonna cover how to sport convert your Ram 2500 or 3500 third gen Cummins. Let's do this. So for those wondering, in 2006, if you went out and bought one of these trucks new, if you wanted to have a full color match front end, you would order the Laramie Sport package option on the truck. So this truck is an SLT Bighorn. So it's going to have chrome bumpers. It's going to have the chrome in the grille. This one, someone had replaced the grille at some point, so it's not an OEM grille, but it would have a chrome grille. It would have a couple other chrome pieces. I'm not a huge fan of that look. And so I think in an effort to kind of modernize and kind of, I don't know, personally, I think this design just looks better, everything color matched. We're gonna be color matching this whole truck. Now, the most common question I get on Instagram about this, because my other truck was Sport Swap too, is do you paint the chrome parts? What do you do? Blah, 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 blah. Never, ever, ever, ever paint the chrome parts. Yes, you can do it. You can sand them down and you can paint it, but it just won't stick. And so if you actually want a good lasting finish, what you want to do is source all of the correct OEM parts for a color match truck. And those exist, right? Because they made the Laramie Sport package trucks. So what you're gonna wanna do is go onto a Mopar Parts website and plug in that your truck has that package. You're gonna be scrolling down through the options list and you're gonna find the parts that you need. I will link all of them down below to make your guys' lives a lot easier, but that is how you need to do this process. I highly, highly recommend doing that. I will see all the time people just paint match their SLT bumpers and just color match the bottom part. That is not the right way to do it. You're just not gonna get the result that you want. It's definitely not gonna hold up on the front of the truck, especially the grille. If you paint that plastic chrome grille in the front of the truck, there's no way it's gonna hold up to a single rock chip. It's gonna look terrible in about a year. So I've got all the parts laid out here. Let's take a look at what's going on in this truck. And I apologize, this one's gonna be filmed a little bit less nice than my normal videos, but doing my best while laying on my back, doing the whole sport swap myself. So I've got all the parts laid out in the garage here. So I'll kind of walk you through what we're doing here from start to finish. So first and foremost, just some cheap eBay headlights. These are just temporary, but want to keep the kind of blackout look going. So just some cheap 1A auto headlights. Eventually I'll do some custom headlights, but this will just hold me over until it happens. We've also got color matched 4th gen style mirrors from 1A Auto. Again, I'll link all these parts in the description so you can see them, but I had Auto B-Craft in North Long Beach do these for me. So black plastic lower, color match PDM middle grade metallic upper, and then they also did an awesome job. These are OEM door handles that are normally textured. They got all the texture out with high build primer, sanded it smooth, and then color matched it middle grade metallic. So really stoked on how these came out. They actually fully disassembled the handles to paint them. So they did a really, really good job on that. And then I have the sport badges off of the 14 plus sport truck. So I think actually these were introduced in 2016 or 2018. So I'll have the part number for those. New OEM plastic upper piece for the front bumper. New plastic rear step pad for the rear bumper. Again, all OEM parts. And then I've got a grille. So again, color matched outer, gloss black painted slats in the grille. And then we're gonna be reusing the Cummins emblem. I'm gonna do something kind of unique on that one. So we'll kind of tie that into the whole theme on the truck. And then brand new OEM rear bumper. Again, color matched PDM. And then what everyone's always curious about is the front bumper. So this is the sport cover from a Laramie Sport package truck. So if you notice on the front here, there is no holes. Those are on the standard Laramie trucks. There's a chrome insert that goes in there. This is the part number for the Laramie Sport package truck, which does not have a chrome insert here. So that's probably what you want, unless you want the chrome insert there, but that's what that is. So again, I'll link that down below. And again, color match. So here's the truck. One last look at the SLT front end.
We're gonna be swapping all this out, and then I'm also gonna be debadging it in a separate video. So I'm gonna be removing the emblems, removing these side door spears here. So if you're curious about how that process works, check that video out. I'll be uploading that soon, but let's tear into this thing.
So I started at the front of the truck with the front bumper. This is going to be probably the hardest part of the whole process, just simply because the process of getting everything off is a little bit tedious. Just the little clips and pins and all that stuff is just kind of a pain. So I went and did that. Basically, the process is just going to be removing that lower valence off the bottom. Then you're gonna take off that painted upper part. Then you're gonna basically bust those two pieces off. Essentially, the new cover slides over, a couple steps in between, but I'll cover that in the other video that I'll link below. And we got the new front sport bumper on the truck. After that, I went and tackled the headlights. So these are gonna be a cheap eBay knockoff of what would be the OEM edition Night Runner lights. So the Night Runner in 2006 would have been the blackout headlights. These are just a temporary setup for me. I haven't quite decided what custom headlight option I'm gonna do in this truck. So I literally just went to eBay and got kind of the cheapest Night Runner headlights I could to kind of play into the whole rest of the truck. Don't do that. I will say you get what you pay for. The eBay lights are absolute trash. These already have started leaking, but they'll get me down the road for now. I just need something temporary to hold me over. Now the next piece of swap is going to be the grill. It actually comes off pretty easily. It's just a series of bolts on the bottom, series of bolts on the top. You're just gonna undo those nuts and bolts, pop it off, take the new one. You will probably have to swap over some of the clips, a couple other small pieces, and then put it on the truck. Now after doing that, I decided to tackle the mirrors and door handles. So to tackle those, you're gonna basically pull off the door cards on the truck. There's a series of screws that hold that on. There's also the one bolt that goes for the actual door handle itself on the inside. You're gonna pop that door skin up by basically lifting directly up from the bottom. That's gonna release those plastic clips and allow you to remove the door off the truck, or the door panels off the truck. Once you have all 4 door skins pulled off, that'll give you access to everything you need. So we're gonna start with the mirrors. So with the mirrors, there's gonna be 3 bolts holding those on, or 3 nuts, I guess. You're gonna undo those 3 nuts, and then you're gonna see a small plastic clip in the center. That's where your wiring comes through. So you're gonna undo that wiring, and you'll notice that clip actually has prongs that stick out. That's gonna hold your mirror into the truck. So I like to use 2 people for this one. I'll squeeze from the inside and have someone pull the mirror from the outside, and that'll pop it out of the truck. You will have to pull hard. You're gonna have to like hear a pop as it releases from the door of the truck. So just so you're aware, you're gonna have to pull a little bit harder than you think. Now for the new mirrors for this truck, there's a company called 1A Auto online that makes a 4th gen style replacement for the 3rd gen truck. So it's a direct bolt-in. They also offer this light with the, or this mirror with the light option on the side. So if you want the 4th gen style with the marker light, you can get that too. I had these mirrors in my last truck. I was really happy with the fit, finish, and quality on them. And what I like about these is they give you the bigger fisheye mirror on the side. So traditionally in the 3rd gens, you just have a very small little fisheye, so it's actually kind of hard to see out of. With these, you get a huge fisheye mirror on the side so that you can see your tires, you can see all around, no blind spots, great for towing. So these are a huge help if you're actually out using your truck for towing, things like that. I really like these mirrors on this truck. They have a little bit more angular design too, so they kind of fit the body lines well. And then I had these color matched, so it was the mirror upper was body matched to the truck, and then the arm is still black plastic. The body shop did an amazing job of sanding all that totally smooth. So there's no texture in the plastic on the mirror. That is a sign of a good body shop. They took the time to do that. So to put these mirrors back on, you're basically just going to do the reverse. So you're gonna pop it through, snap that clip in, redo the 4 nuts, and you're connected. Next is the door handles. So the door handles are gonna be hidden behind this little plastic cover. So you're gonna peel it back. It's actually like a removable rubbery sticky stuff. So just peel that back and that'll give you access to the 2 bolts that hold the door handles. As you're undoing the 2 nuts that hold the door handles onto the door panel, be really careful that you don't lose those nuts in the door because they're very hard to get. So what I like to do is I'll actually take my 10mm socket and I'll dip it in grease, and that way the actual nut sticks to that socket and it won't fall out into the door. So big help there. So undoing those, you're gonna undo those 2 nuts, then pop the handle out, and you're gonna release the little clips for the actual actuators for the door. So you'll pop those off, then basically reassemble in the reverse pattern. Now notice again, the body shop did an awesome job. These are actual OEM door handles that I bought. So these are true factory door handles. They disassembled them completely, sanded out all the texture, color matched them to the truck, and the result is fantastic. The one weird thing with these is that when you are doing the driver's side door, you do have to swap the lock cylinder because those are truck unique. So I had to swap the lock cylinder in the new truck, basically just unbolt the Torx head, bolt a new one, good to go. At the rear of the truck, you're also going to do the tailgate handle. This is the perfect time to make sure to lubricate all of the hinges and bracketry in there. There's a lot of moving parts and they definitely get seized up over time. So take your time to lubricate that. It's gonna be the same process. We're gonna undo the panel on the top of the tailgate, Then you're going to undo the 2 nuts holding that on, undo the little clips, pop the new one in, reassemble, done. So it's actually really easy to swap the door handles on these trucks. It's one of those things that people kind of look at it as like something that's complicated, but no problem at all. Final thing is we're gonna swap the rear bumper. So I got new plastics for the bumper as well as a brand new OEM bumper. This is a ready to paint bumper. So it's gonna come as a black primered finish. And then I took it to a body shop, had it color matched to the truck, put the new plastic on. You're gonna crawl back under there, undo the factory bumper, couple bolts. I think it's like 4 or 6, it's not too bad. Then you're gonna pop the new bumper on. I usually like to have one person help me just because it's easier to manage the weight of the bumper and kind of get it aligned. There's actually 2 alignment pins in the top brackets that help a lot getting this thing on the truck. So align those and you'll be good to go, smooth sailing the rear bumper swaps in about 15 minutes. So it's a really easy project. So after that, I had everything sport swapped on the truck. There was one final thing to do, and that was to steal the wheels and tires off the OBS. The OBS is sitting there blowing trans right now. So I was able to steal the wheels and tires off that for the 3rd gen to try and make it look a little bit nicer. Kind of ties in the look nicely. They'll go back to the OBS eventually, but what it is a 35, 12.5, 17 Nitto Ridge Grappler on a 17x9 trail ready wheel with 5-inch backspace. This truck is gonna get 35-inch tires with no rubbing and the tiniest little bit of trimming on the plastic fender liner. There's a little bump that sticks out, just trim that a little bit, 0 rubbing. So really cool what you can fit on these 3rd gens with the right wheel specs. I hear all the time, oh, I fit 35s, but they rub like crazy. Stay away from the negatives. If you do like a 5-inch backspace, which is about a positive 12 offset, positive 18 offset, somewhere in there, you're gonna fit 35s in these trucks, no problem. No trimming really, no rubbing really at all. And you can do it at stock height, so that's pretty sweet. So yeah, without further ado, let's go see how this thing looks. All right, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully this taught you how to do the sport swap on your truck. Again, if you need part numbers or anything like that, it is all down below. And remember, seriously go the extra mile, get the nice OEM parts. The fit is so much better. The finish is so much better. If you're doing this, just do it right. Don't get the cheap eBay stuff. Go get the OEM parts. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, comment down below. Hopefully this helps one of you guys fix your truck up and get it looking exactly how you want to.